Ready to make a real impact every day? Join the Active Day Home Care team and help clients maintain their independence in the comfort of their own homes. Make a difference in someone's life as you provide essential daily assistance and protect their health and happiness. Earn up to $20 an hour and enjoy additional perks like optional daily pay, 401k, paid time off, ongoing educational training, and more. Join a team that values care, compassion, and your professional growth. Visit activeday.com to apply.
Hey everyone, welcome to Creators to Creator. Today we are here with a special guest,
Mike Ferguson.
Hey, welcome. We're so glad you're here.
Thank you. I'm stoked to be here, yo.
I love your resume is amazing. I've looked at your reel. I was like, wow, that's 84 credits.
Yeah.
Like you're working, you're going.
Yeah,
I love that.
nonstop. I have a week off right now, which I'm pretty stoked about. So, yeah.
That's awesome.
I just got done doing a feature Saturday. And,
Nice.
Yeah. I'm a really bad guy. It's not too stretch in the cinematic world for me.
Right.
But I'm having a great time. It's a lot of fun.
I love that. Tell us. So I know you do stunts, you act, you also produce.
Yeah.
I know you have a hand in you studied martial arts. That's incredible.
Yeah.
How did that start? Tell us from the beginning. How did your love for cinema start?
Well, my love for it's always been like I had a family. I had 3 daughters, and we all used to go to prop auctions and stuff like that. And I collected everything that was related to movies. Movies have always been a huge part of my life. I was a little kid, and Dad wasn't at home, Mom wasn't at home, so I escaped the movies.
Yeah,
and they were home to me. And after having a family and stuff, I had 3 daughters, so I wanted to make sure that they could take care of themselves. So we started training MMA.
Nice.
And my wife at the time and I both realized, hey, kids are never going to fight in a ring. We found Krav Maga. And for 5 years, we all went. We did 2 years of MMA training, and then 5 years so that they could learn how to fight against people with knives, guns, sticks, whatever, tear gas, situational awareness. And they excelled. They did really well. My ex-wife became an instructor, and the whole family just thrived in that atmosphere, which made it really good for stunts. My ex-wife got into wrestling, and really it primed us to do that. And she's a stunt person as well. And I showed up for our first couple movies to do stunts, and they're like, Jesus Christ, you're scary. Here's a couple lines. We want to introduce you to everybody. How do you feel about this, this, and this? It was just a natural progression.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And it's been a really, really, really fun ride. I've been able to work with people I shouldn't have probably been able to work with in such a short amount of time because of this shell. And,
it's a great shell. It's good.
I appreciate you. You know, so yeah, that was that. My movies, almost all my tattoos are movie related. I have Star Trek tattoos, Planet of the Apes. I have Boris Karloff as Frankenstein on my ribs. My whole life has always been movies. That was my escapism.
I love that.
As a little kid looking up to Snake Plissken. Well,
yeah.
that's awesome. You know, that's the guy I want to be. And no, good or bad or indifferent or whatever, it gave me a path in my life.
Yeah.
And getting into movies is, it's been the biggest dream I've ever had. And to work with some of my heroes and idols and just at the end of the day, it's like, I just did that. That was real. And then I've got this to show people, you know what I'm saying? It's pretty dope.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That's also what you said about, so sorry, but back to what you said, the tattoos and the movies, your cinema. I remember looking at an interview of yours, you also like, the horror genre, which is what I do as a filmmaker.
I know.
I love that.
Look, and that's I have Dead by Dawn tattooed on the top of my hand. Evil Dead 2, I skateboarded down with my little brother. It was NC-17. We snuck in. And the Rosebud Pictures opened up, and I was just like, this is where we need to be. and they spoke to me, and then started realizing, because of my fandom with horror, that horror fans are so loyal. Yeah. And they get it. They're so smart. And I'm like, that's the niche I really like, is horror. Mm-hmm. That's my jam. I'll do all the crime stuff and action stuff, But when it really comes down to it, is horror is universal to everybody.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it transcends social, political, social economics. It really transcends. People like to be scared.
Mm-hmm.
God, you got a great smile. I just want to tell you that.
Thank you so much. Like you said, it transcends, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I looked at your resume. I saw that you do a lot of action, but I did see Nowhere to Run, where you're playing this like really creepy
Yeah.
stalker.
Yeah.
How was that? You know,
That
preparing for
was,
that role.
yeah, that was tough. I really worked with that director for about 6 months on that character development.
Wow.
And he was disgusting, the character I created. And literally, I'm method. And the director wanted me to live in the makeup. I'm like, no, man. It was like 6 hours a day to get close. Yeah, and they did my teeth. But it was very freeing. I knew the actors really well.
Yeah.
I had just done a movie in Mexico with one of the actors, and he played my nephew. This one I was bashing his brains in. And yeah, Mason Howard's a very talented director, and that was really good. And I got to win my first award for supporting actor.
Nice.
And I was very happy about that. And I got to really talk with the girl, because I'm a really bastard in this. And it's very, very gross, and I really like her character arc compared to mine, and where we ended that. I don't know. Have you seen it yet?
I did. I saw bits and pieces of it, but I just wanted to get because I know that the horror genre you love that character.
That's
And I'm like, that's so good that you actually played someone that was like almost like a Jason type or that kind of character. So.
Yeah, no words. You can't escape. He's coming.
Yeah.
And that was my moment. Like literally, there's a slow-mo shot, and I'm like, God, that's amazing. That's me. You know what I'm saying? I was so stoked with the director. The other actors are just phenomenal.
That's awesome.
I had a great time on that. Me and my roommate, we're constantly producing new content for this independent film creator who's got really good distribution. We're about to do Ebola Rex.
Nice.
Which it's very campy horror, but what we did was straight jet black. 35 minutes of that movie.
Wow.
There is no escape from it. You think it's one thing, and our segment, and it's jet black. And I filmed it here.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Yeah, the end of the last 10, 15 minutes of the movie is filmed right where I'm talking to you now.
That's so cool. That's so cool. So martial arts, stunts, was stunts, so you said it come natural because with the martial arts, it's pretty natural on set though. Working on movie sets, like you have to do it over and over again, and I'm sure that's a lot.
Yeah, but when people see a fight, they, I've done that 30, 40 times.
Right.
I'm 48 years old. And, I lift weights and I work out, but I mean, it's a
great.
workout. Yeah, it's a workout. And yeah, you've got to do that same fight is going to be done 40 times.
Yeah.
And by the time, it's a dance. It's choreography. I mean, there's lots of energy and put into it, but it is a dance. I'm not very good at dancing, but I'm good at stunts.
Yeah, I just had I've never really did the action stunts, but I did when I directed this film called Anatomy of an Anti-Hero. That was my first time diving into the action world.
Yeah.
So I got to work with Billy Blanks, Tybo, and so he taught me some really cool things on set, and a lot of different martial artists. It was really cool to even just like think it's even with the camera, it's like such a it's different. It's crazy. It's so cool though. I had a really good time.
Yeah, stunts are different, and the DP really is important in the stunts.
Yeah.
It's the angles of everything and to sell it.
Yeah.
You're great. I appreciate you having me on.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, I saw that, and you're really, really good director that I want to work with.
Thank you. Yeah, I would. Oh my gosh, yes, I would love to work with you. I was like, something's gonna happen. I know it. I feel it. I just don't know when. Yeah. But I definitely want to talk to you. So this has been lovely. So yeah.
Nice. Blessings, yo.
So as far as like acting, is there any acting roles that you would like to do as an actor that you haven't done?
No, I'm starting to get a lot of anti-hero roles. Like when I started off, I was jet black. I have a very specific box.
Yeah.
And, I got to do Death Squad last year where I played an anti-hero, where I gave my life to save others.
Yeah.
And wholeheartedly. And that show, I was, I'm ex-military, ex-UFC champion fighter. Now I'm fighting illegal fights. I'm a mercenary now. I'm a little over the hill. The similarities are uncanny. But I really liked that character and the development I got to do with that and work with everybody. And I was on media for 2 months for that.
Nice.
And it was to see one of the oldest cities in the world and just live that culture was insane. And I really like to do more of those roles.
Okay.
Of where I'm an older guy, and I don't want to help everybody, but I end up having to. Those are the roles that I want.
Yeah, definitely.
I still like being the bad guy and chasing people down and slaughtering them and all that great stuff. But at the end of the day, I'd like to be part of the hero's journey.
Definitely.
Yeah, I don't need to be the hero. I'd just like to be part of the hero's journey.
Definitely. Oh yeah, I can totally see that. You have a really nice smile. It's sweet.
Thank you.
It's not all like, ooh,
Man,
but
I'm just chill
those
out.
are always fun.
Yeah, I'm just trying to live my best life, man. I mean, honestly, we're all creatives. We all get together and get to make something out of nothing. And that's important to people, important to kids, important to little girls. It's important to see people that they can look up to, and I can do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
I think there's a lot more to, there's a lot of actors, there's a huge responsibility because these are what locks people into time periods. This music, things like that. We tell stories. We can either tell really shitty stories or we can do anything.
Yeah.
We can have that emotional trigger for everything for everybody. And that's beautiful.
It is. It really is. We have a really, like you said, we have a responsibility.
Yeah.
And I can definitely feel that. Yeah, I totally feel what you mean. And I think as, it's like for the next generation to see that, like, oh, wow, I can do this. I can go out there and accomplish my dreams and goals.
Yeah. There's nothing to stop you except you.
That's it.
Yeah. And, it's the times where I didn't do things, it was because it was me talking myself out of it.
That's good. Yeah, for sure. How do you balance, you have a family and then your career? Like, I'm sure that's a juggle, right?
That's a problem. I don't have a family anymore. I'm no. I'm friends with my ex-wife.
That's great.
Yeah. Balance is hard to find.
Yeah.
My kids are all grown up. My kids are my youngest daughter just turned 18. She's graduated high school. She's going into college. That is the very hardest thing to do being creative is finding a balance.
Yeah.
And that's hard, especially hard around people around you because you want to do the very best and sleepless nights and be off book and make sure you have your character broken down or the script or talking to your first AD and everything else goes out the fucking window.
That's so true.
You know what I'm saying? Like sleep, friends, all that. They're all second. Yeah. It's literally, this is I was talking to somebody the other day. As much as rewarding as acting is, it's selfish as fuck.
Yeah, it is.
This being creative is you don't have time. It's to find that balance. I always listen to, there's a band called Atmosphere, and I listen to that song as a mantra every day, is trying to find a balance.
That's awesome. I love that. It's hard to definitely find that balance. Yeah, I love to ask people who have successful relationships or even have a family and getting, and doing so much as far as work. I got to work with Eric Roberts and he's been married for ever. Yeah. And it's it's interesting. His wife is also in his part of his career. So she manages a lot of his stuff. So it makes sense that, with that balance. Yeah. So it's for me, I'm just trying to stay focused because there's times I look around like, oh, relationships are good, but then I'm like, oh, but it doesn't work out because I'm so dedicated to my craft. I don't have the time. So
that's where I'm at right now. I'm trying to find a balance between where's my personal life fit into creative life, and that's tough. And you can't. I call it. It's hard to date normies that aren't industry related. or they, because they don't really get it, and you don't want to be shitty to someone. I'm sorry, I'm swearing a lot. Is that okay?
It's okay. Yeah, you're fine.
Okay. You don't want to be shitty, and at the same time, but you want to continue your path without creating wreckage for other people. I mean,
Right.
it's there's so much beauty to the creative industry and things like that, but there's so many things that are, you know, you do this role and you're fully into it. If you're, you know, I am Meisner, I fully develop and go deeply into that, and I'll be a miserable prick for a week. and then I pull out of that. I did a movie in Seattle, Washington recently with a bunch of friends.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a really, 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 really disturbed person. And I was miserable for a week. Like literally, I didn't talk to anybody. I'm like, because that was my character. I'm exceeding this negative energy, you know,
Yeah.
and it takes a toll.
For sure. Yeah, it's. I always wondered the method actors, to go to certain places that are dark and then to come out of that, like that's a process. So I commend you. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, yeah. It takes a couple days for me if I do something really, really bad that I'm like diametrically opposed to.
Right.
It takes a couple days to come back from that, just healthy wise.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so as an actor, stunt, and producer, you're producer things. What are the keys, or even to someone who wants to do what you do? How do you continue? What do you have? What does that look like?
You put your head down and you keep going forward. You're gonna have people in your own life that saying this is a dream. I've had business partners tell me, "You're out of your mind. You make way less money. What are you doing to yourself?" You just gotta shut that out. Trust the process. Put 100% of yourself in something. There's so many people that just want to dance with their toe in the pool. You know, I gave it my all. No, you didn't. Giving your all is going 1,000%, risking everything. And, you know, I just sound so irresponsible. But the more you put into acting, the more you get out of it. The more you put into anything, you get out of it. Girlfriends and wives won't necessarily like that. Friends won't like that because it's very selfish. But you get just as much in out of it as you put into it. And it shows. It'll show. We've walked on set and you've seen people, they're only concerned with what lunch is going on, what's this, what that. None of that means nothing. The only thing that means something is when you're in front of that camera and what you're capturing. That's it.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll work through lunch. And they're like, oh, well, let's work through lunch. Let's get this scene. I just got shot in the head the other day, chest and head.
Oh, wow.
They're like, it's hot. I'm in a kill room. And there's plastic up. There's no air conditioning. It's like 105 out.
Wow.
And I've got a blood gag running up my chest. I've got one in the back of my head. And it's probably 110 in there. And I'm like, fuck it, let's go through lunch. I just want to get this shot. You know, and the blood gag fails and my pants are covered in blood.
Oh my God.
There's bugs. They offered me a shower. I'm like, no, let's just get everything done. I just want to, you know, I want to get this shot. It's all that matters is this shot.
Yeah, I love
then
that.
I just ride home covered in a sticky mess.
Pull
my shirt off and lose some hair. You know?
Yeah, that's incredible. That's incredible. You're in it. And you can tell that you love what you do. I think that's the thing that creatives and anyone that's trying to do something, you have to first love it. And with that love, it just continues to.
It continues to flourish. If it flourishes, then there's other like-minded people will see that and gravitate towards you.
Yes.
And those are the real relationships that I've been nurturing and working on. Is, you know, my roommate. There's other actors and actresses I'm very close to, and we become collective and share. And, you know, I need this edited. I need this. So we're all working amongst each other with our head downs, pounding coffee. Well, I think this will be a good bit. Let's write this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
I met with a writer yesterday. We went location scouted for something that a feature that we have some money for that I'm putting together right now. So
awesome.
Yeah. So, you know, I always got to have my hand in something.
You know, and I think that's the key. That's the key, is having other things in the pot. Like you said, is creating. As long as we're creating and putting forth that effort to do something, because it's like there's no one way to go. We're just creatives.
Yeah.
So I love that.
Yeah.
So producing. I can't wait to see what you're working on and what's coming up down the pipeline.
I'll send you once we get a copy of the rough of this newest one. I'll send to you, even though he'll probably wig out. I'm going to send to you so you can check it out what we did. I'd really like to get your opinion on it. So
thank you. I love to see it. I love to see it. Thank you so much for coming on. This was such a pleasure and an honor to talk to you. So
it's an honor to talk to you, and I can't wait to work with you. I know that we're going to work together. I'm going to manifest that.
Oh yeah, I feel it and I receive it and I'm with you. We're gonna manifest it. It will happen.
No.
Any last words of wisdom or any place where your followers and people who are watching can follow you and find you?
Yeah, you can go follow me on Mike Ferguson 71 on Instagram, Mike Ferguson 666 on Facebook. Drop me a line. If you have a question, I'll answer any questions. I talk to anybody anytime. So just hit me up.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming on, and thank you everybody for listening. And always remember to live, love, laugh. Bye, guys.